That means you can start automations with this remote. Really powerful, guys. The thing's almost silent. Like there's almost no noise coming out of there. Very light. I'm moving this around with one hand. I think this is going to be really maintenance free in a lot of cases. Today I've got the SwitchBot battery circulator fan. Now it's pretty rare to get a fan that has a battery in it. And yes, it is running right now without any cable connected. I'm going to show you what we get inside of the box. Obviously I've already unboxed it. And I was playing around with it. You can see it's already oscillating, moving around the air in here. And then I'll talk about what I've seen. One of the things that I found as soon as I looked at the specifications in this box, it's a fairly light unit and it's also low power, 19 watts only. And that is a big reason it can be a battery fan. Now, what we have other than the fan, which you can see, it's very light. I'm moving this around with one hand. I am obviously the strongest person on the planet, but you can probably move it around with two hands. Okay, you get a cable. Now, what I like about this setup, this base on the bottom is going to stay stable and it's moving around it. So the cable's not going to be going everywhere. And I also like that you can see how the cable is stuck in there. So that's really important. And then you plug in there. Now you don't have to do that all the time, obviously, because it's a battery version. You also get a nice little infrared remote. And this actually has some good little features on it. So there's just an on-off. Okay, there's a plus and a minus to bring it up and down in terms of speed. It has 9 different speeds just manually on this. And then you can see it's oscillating up and down, but I can also get it to oscillate horizontally. So horizontal and vertical. It's not going fully around when it does that, so you shouldn't expect that. But there is actually another little hidden feature on this bad boy. That's right, there's a light. And there's 2 settings, so there's kind of a dim version of that light, and then it's gonna turn off. You also get a manual, a little social media outreach card, so here's how you contact us if we're having any problems. And because this can connect to the SwitchBot application, which I'm gonna show you in a second, we're going to get all of these features through that application, lots of automation options, and on top of that, voice assistant control. Now, to do those kinds of things, you will have to have a SwitchBot hub. That's one of the ways that their products work. This connects through Bluetooth to their hubs, and then you can run those automations, and you can also connect it to the different voice assistants in your home. So on the unit itself, you do have all of the different controls. You can move through a number of modes. That's what this M is standing for. There is a sleep mode here, and then you can just cycle through the different powers by hitting this little button. The oscillation options are right here, and you're able to turn those on and off. So I can feel the bass now moving back and forth. I just turned on that horizontal oscillation with the vertical, so you can see you can do both at the same time, which is really nice. Now, it's not a loud fan. It's actually extremely quiet, and even when you're getting up to level 9, now it's not moving the most air out there, okay? I have shown and worked with some smart fans before that do move much more air than this, and they're going to move it further around your room. This is not intended for giant rooms, but it's going to work in any office, any bedroom really nicely. And with the battery feature, obviously that's going to be a big deal. Now, let's get it connected to the app. At really low levels, like there, that's level 1. The thing's almost silent. Like there's almost no noise coming out of there. And my mic will pick up how loud it is, and it'll actually even make it louder. But I can't hear it. You can't tell that it's moving and oscillating. That's really great. Now I'm gonna add device. There it is, battery circulator fan. Switch it to on. Press and hold the power button for 2 seconds. Yeah, all right. There it goes. Now it's flashing right here, okay? And it's in its pairing process. So you have to have Bluetooth turned on your phone, and you can see it's just making the connection, and we're all done. This is done. I can name the device, hit next, and it's set up. So now I can turn it all on from the application. You saw how quick that was. I can turn on the light. I can set the oscillation ranges, so 30, 60, or 90, both horizontally and vertically. I can adjust the speed. You can see how quick that is. And then there's different modes. So there's natural mode, there's sleep, and there's baby. I don't know what baby does. I'll have to do some reading, but I get a little picture of a baby up at the top there. That's awesome. Now, one of the most important things, okay, can I turn off the indicator lights? Yes. And can I turn off that sound? Yes. It also has a child lock. Now, third-party services. This is where I can connect to the different hubs that I have around my home. I just have to set that up, and then I can connect this to Google Assistant, Amazon, if this then that. You can even connect most SwitchBot products to other hubs like Samsung Smart Things. You also do get a battery indicator, so that's really nice. And you've got delays and schedules in this application as well. So you can just totally schedule this thing to take care of you. Okay, now my hub had been disconnected because I actually unplugged it. But when it found that there was a hub around, it said, hey, you want to turn all that on, the cloud services? Of course I do. So now we're connected into those different voice assistants. I can see Amazon instantly connected that, so you can see that right there. Now I have voice control over in Amazon and some extra automation options too. Same with the Google Assistant, and that's because I've already connected those to the SwitchBot app. Now, from an automation standpoint, what can we do with this thing just inside of the SwitchBot app? From a starting an automation standpoint, I can start an automation with a lot of different things. Basically every feature I've shown you. So you can turn it on or off, or when it turns on or off, you can start another automation inside of SwitchBot's app. Everything that you're seeing in this list, so you start and stop horizontal or vertical oscillation, you can actually run different automations in your home. So this is very powerful from an automation standpoint. That means you can start automations with this remote because you can turn all these different features on and off with this remote. It's actually really powerful, guys. I'm liking this a lot more than I thought when I first got it. Now, from an action standpoint, I can control all of these different things. So I can put it, I can toggle it on or off. You can see that. I can change the oscillations and how far those oscillations go. So you can see 30, 60, 90. I can change the mode between those different normal, natural, sleep, and baby mode, and I can change the night light between the different modes. So that can all be done from an automated perspective, from a scheduled perspective. You have a full-featured smart fan here. I'm really impressed with this. I mean, I'm so impressed. I need a drink. Everybody always asks, you know, how does it sound? How does it feel? What's the motor? People ask these really detailed questions. Let me tell you, so I've had a lot of very high quality fans. I've had a few smart fans from other makers. What I can tell you is that this is exceedingly quiet. I can hear the motor a little bit, but I mean, that's with the oscillation, and I wouldn't put it over a couple of decibels higher than nothing, right? Okay. The fan itself, it sounds really good. It sounds very stable, strong. But I do hear a little bit inside of here. We don't have the perfect bearings. We don't have the perfect motor inside of here. That's not what I would expect from a battery-powered motor. But this is still easily, it's very smooth. It's still gonna last for a very long time. And they gave you, right here, you can see a little screw here. You would take that out and you can get in there and clean things out if things are getting a little bit dirty inside, but it's very very open on the back, so I think this is going to be really maintenance free in a lot of cases. You're going to have obviously a little bit of dust to get out of there, but there's really nothing to this, and they've done really good work getting a battery-powered fan to work for a long time. Now, we've been sitting here, I think it's been about 20 minutes I've been running this thing. It was at 61%. It's at 60 right now, okay? It's up in the top corner there. The one automation I would like to see is if the battery gets low, then I get a little notification from SwitchBot. Now, I'll expect that through the app, but I don't see an automation that kind of happens. Maybe I'd want to turn on the light or turn off the light or something like that, just to conserve a little bit of power. But, I mean, this is a really nice product, and I can recommend this one from SwitchBot. They are masters at creating movement with battery power, and they've done it to a T here. So really love this one, guys. If you have any questions about this or anything else from SwitchBot that I've talked about here today, let me know in the comments down below. I get to all those questions. Otherwise, thanks for watching today, and of course, live smart.